how do each of you kind of balance the funny parts with the serious parts and make sure that you're not going too far in one direction or the other?
First of all, I mean, there is some trauma that I describe in the book. So obviously I didn't make any jokes about that. And I tried to also be really careful in making specific points that have to do with tensions or with forced copulation and things like that. I just wouldn't even naturally have wanted to make a joke about those things. So there are definitely parts where things get really serious, but at the end, it's almost like I'm not a comedian or anything, but I do believe that comedians, they build the tension, right? That's part of the arc of what you do in comedy. And then you break the tension in the end with some kind of landing kind of joke, right? So if I went through some segment like that in the book, I would come to a point where I could do something that kind of like release that just a little bit. And then of course there are millions of opportunities in there. Just, I mean, I'm talking about bugs, sex and stuff like that. And so there were lots of places where it just kind of naturally light, which was nice, a bit of a relief from some of the other parts.
Nick, how about you?
I think it can be tougher in writing, but I guess what comes to mind is it kind of depends on how it's being received by my audience. Mm-hmm. And so I know with climate change especially, people can take two different routes about the fact that cows and the gases they excrete contain a lot of methane and can lead to faster warming. One, they can take it seriously and understand what's happening, or two, they can be like, oh, cow farts, kind of like shrug it off. Right. And in that case, like I tend to be taking a more serious route and kind of stop like the humor side of it, just to convey the seriousness of issues.